Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamasu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Here the Nachiketa, the boy, was very intelligent and smart, that he had asked for the first boon many things in one shot, that I want to go back first. Second, when I go back, my father should recognize me as a living being, not as a ghost. He should be without anger about what I have done, and he should recall me, and he should also become quiet and peaceful, should not worry about what he has done. So he said, very good, that is given to you, tatastu. Second thing he asked was, please teach me about the Agni or the fire ritual that will take one to Swarga. We saw in the verse number 14, Prate bravimi tadume nibodha Sargamagnim Nachiketa Prajanan Anantalokapti Mato Pradishtam Vidhitvamedam Vihitam Nihitam Guhayam. I shall tell you, because I know it, Prajanan me Niboda. I know, therefore you learn from me, where I'll talk to you about that. Bravishi, Bravimi. I'll tell you about that. What is that? Swargyam Agnim. In the Vedic wisdom, as I have said before, Agni is considered to be the divine courier service. Agre nayati tasmad Agni iti uchate. Agre nayati, goes in the front. And we have seen that Agni is, various properties are there for Agni. Most important property of Agni is it doesn't keep anything to itself. It burns. Therefore, sarvam pavitram karoti. It keeps everything, it takes everything but purifies the whole thing. And this Agni in our life also, various ways it plays. For heating up the food, you need Agni. To digest the food, you need Agni. Even the food that is produced is because of the Agni, Surya. Water that is coming in the form of rain is because of the Agni, fire. Fire heats up and converts the water without the salt and then comes down as a rain. That is the work of the Agni. Because of the rain, there is annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha. Because of the rain alone, the food is, and food that we eat, and the food we cook, that is due to fire, and that food is eaten, digested, that is because of fire. Our body heat is also fire. And what we want to see, that is also because of the blessing of the fire, light. So in the form of Agni, fire, in the form of sun, tejas of the sun is also fire. In the body heat, that is fire. Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaivikam. So in all the various levels, Agni is considered as Virata Purusha itself. considered as Vishwam Veti iti, Vishwam Janati iti. Vishwachakshu, it's called the eye of the world. Therefore, Swargyam Agnim Nachiketa Prajanan Anantalokapti Matho. You get the many different worlds by worshipping the fire. Pradishtam, Virate Pradishtam. In the cosmic personality, fire is established. So here, interestingly, there are in our Hindu tradition, there are two kinds of Paraloka Prapti is talked about. One is the Swarga Prapti of the place of pleasure, heavens. And also, Brahmaloka Prapti is also considered as Paraloka Prapti, which is not found in many other traditions. That an individual who is performing rituals, purely rituals if he or she is doing, then such a person gains the heavens out of merits. But the same individual, if along with the ritual, if he is meditating on the Agni, Upasana Abhi, if he does the Upanasana also, Yakkarodi Upasana Abhi, Saha Brahmalokam Prapniyat. Then such a person goes to Brahmaloka. In that Brahmaloka, again the Atmajnanam will be given by Brahma himself, and Brahma's tenure when it gets over, along with Brahma, all those who have been initiated there will obtain mukti. This is called Krama Mukti. So when you happen to meditate the Agni along with the ritual, then when you go there, there will be a similar classroom like this here. Brahma will be teaching you. Why wait till then? Let us take Jivan Mukti itself. So in the next verse here, Yama says, this Agni is a Loka Adi, the very origin from which the entire creation has come to be. As he says, Lokadimagnim tamuvacha tasmai ya ishtakayavatirva yatava sachapi tat pratyavadat yatoktam Atasya mrityuhu punareva ptushtaha. Tasmai tam lokadimagnim uvacha. Tasmai Nachiketaya. To that student who is very curious to learn, as we saw, in the firstborn he gained the blessing of his father becoming happy. That is what he asked for. In the second one, he has asked for Loka Kalyanartham, Loka Hitartham. What is that he asked? I want to know what is the ritual to be performed for heavens, and it is not for me alone. It is for the world to know from you. Therefore, Tasmai Nachiketaya Tam Swargyamagnim Lokadimagnim Uvacha. He said about that. And any ritual in Indian tradition is not just a karma, it is also a dharma. I have clarified in many times to people that karma is what you do, dharma is whether you are doing it rightly. If you give me a car, I will drive. But car will not be coming back to you because I don't know how to drive. I also may not come back. Because I have a car, I can drive, but am I driving rightly? There are some people who say, I know dancing or I know singing. So I said, have you learned singing first of all? You can sing, I can also sing. But is it tolerable? So people ask me, Swami, you can cook? Yeah, of course I can cook. But who will eat? That is the question. So dharma is to start with doing it in the right way. And right away, if you need to do, somebody has to teach you. Right? I cannot myself know whether I am doing right or wrong. So here he is giving him the instructions about how to place the bricks for making even the altar for this yajna. Ya ishtaka, what kind of a set of bricks to be kept there. Yavatirva, how to keep them. Yathava, how to engage in that ritual. How many bricks have to be put. So these are all some of the sciences which we are now not able to understand. For example, in the Vedic tradition, there are Veda Angas are also there. Before you learn Vedas, they teach you Veda Anga. Shiksha, Vyakarana, Kalpa, Nirukta, Chandas and Jyotisham. In that, Shiksha is the phonetics, how to pronounce. Shiksha. Vyakarana is grammar of language. Then Chandas, the meter. Nirukta, etymology. Then Kalpa. Kalpa is the yajna related, all the calculations. Then Jyotisham, how to understand which deity is present when I am doing the ritual. So if you are invoking a particular god, he has to be present in the atmosphere to bless you. If that particular deity is not present, then calling the deity will not be of any use. If I call for somebody who is not here, who will answer me then? That's why most of the rituals are done when the Agni is present, sun is present. After 6:30, you do not do any of the Vedic rituals. You are not supposed to, because the very presiding deity is not there. So Jyotisham. So these Ashadangas have to be learned before you start even opening the first page of Vedas. So here, Nachiketa has already been introduced to many of the things, but specifically since he asked about that particular ritual which leads one to the heaven, Ya ishtakaha, what kind of bricks, Yavatirva, how many of them, Yathava, how to keep them. So when he described all these things, Nachiketa was a very alert student and he repeated it verbatim as it was. Sacha api, he also tat prati avadat. He replied to him exactly, yata uktam, as it was spoken to him exactly. And I remember when Gurudev, I listened to him when in Bangalore, and I remember first day I was telling about. So he said that, while talking to Nachiketa, there was a fly that came, and Yama, so that's how you do it, okay? And then he put that fly below. So while Nachiketa repeated that, he picked up a fly, put it there, because it's exactly verbatim. There are some people who know exactly imitating. One principal caught hold of two boys and said that you both have copied each other. So, no, we didn't do. Yes, see, exactly all the mistakes he had done, you also made the exact mistake. How can there be? They both looked at him and said, we both had same teacher. Anyway. So, yatha uktam pratyavatat. Exactly in the same way he explained, and he was so pleased. Ata asya mrityuhu punareva aha tushtaha. Tushtaha mrityuhu, the Yama which is so pleased by him. Ata, therefore, asya punaha eva aha. He again spoke to him saying, if you have been so alert, so focused, then you are the best student I have so far. So not only he gave him that knowledge, But he found him to be most qualified to listen to all this. Therefore he said, Tamabravit priyamano mahatma varam tavehadya dadami bhuyah tavaiva namna bhavitayamagnihi sringam cha imam aneka rupam grihana. Priyamana Mahatma, this Mahatma here referring to Yama. Mahan Atma Yasya Saha Mahatma. One whose self has been discovered by him to be the self of all. He is called a Mahatma, not a rice brand. Okay? We have a Mahatma rice brand also. Swamiji, I've been eating Mahatma rice brand. I should become Mahatma at some point of time at least. Mahan Atma Yasya Saha, one who has discovered that the myself, Mama Atma, Sarva Bhutatma Idiyo Janadi Sa Mahatma. Mahatma tu Akshudra Buddhiman. Akshudra Buddhiman means one who does not have a little mind. That's called Mahatma. Who can be a Mahatma? Who does not have too much of I and mine. That's called a Mahatma. Akshudra Buddhiman. Udara Hridayavan ityartaha, man of large heartedness. Not that his heart was large physically. Large hearted means Udara Hridayaha, compassionate heart. That is the reason why, even as he looked at the child, a young boy, repeating it verbatim so well, he got so pleased. Tushtaha Mahatma, Priyamanaha, with so much of love, Varam Tava iha adya dadami bhuyaha. I am giving you extra boon now. You have asked, I have already given 3. Now because you have been so smart, I will give you 1 extra. It's like a bonus, you know. They say nowadays, no, this shampoo bottle, you know, this 20 inches or whatever it is, 21 inches height. 1 inch more. You didn't realize that they shrunk their size. You know, width, you didn't know that. Only the height you look at it, actually. They decrease that width of it, or the volume of it. Anyway, so here it is not like that. I am giving you 1 extra. Tava iha adya varam dadami. Bhuyah again. What is this varam? What is this boon I am giving you? Actually, he gave 2 extra. One is, Tavaiva namna, your name alone, Bhavita ayam agnihi. This Agni, this ritual, will hereafter will be named after you. Right? Nowadays we also know airport or the road or everything else named after men of some kind of celebrity status. So here the ritual will be named as Nachiketa Agni. Sringam cha imam aneka rupam grihana. Grihana, take also. Sringam. Literal meaning of Sringa means necklace. Necklace made of very precious jewels. Sringam cha imam, all these beautiful necklaces also, aneka rupam, of different kinds, different forms you take. Now one would wonder, what would that boy would do with a necklace? Some people have a necklace, but they have no neck at all. So what will you do? Necklace. How will they wear the necklace? Anyway. So yeah, you will wonder, what is he going to do with the necklace? So Shankaracharya gives another meaning. Sringam means anega karmana, anega karma. Anega karma means various other rituals also he was taught. Aneka rupam sringam. Various other related rituals also he taught to him, which is traditionally known to be achieving many different results. So that interpretation holds good here. Otherwise, you know, necklace may there around. You look at it. I have given up everything and came. Why are you giving me a necklace now? So here, Aneka Rupam of various kinds of karma, various different forms of karmani also, I will give you. So this, now comes a very interesting verse. You know, he is praising Nachiketa of what he has given to him as well as his alertness, his smartness, etc. Trinachiketa tribire vasandim trikarma krit tarati janma mrityu brahmajagyam deva medyam viditva nichaye mam shantimatyantameti. This ritual has to be done 3 ways. 3 Nachiketaha, 3 Nachiketaha, 3 times, 3 forms. What are the 3 forms? Shravana, Adhyayana and Anushtana. See, it is, when we learn anything, first of all, first step that is to be understood is Shravana. During those times, they did not have any physical book to explain anything. We are nowadays depending upon so much of physical material, and then therefore our attention span is not very sharp. We always depend upon the books. Okay, I may not listen to everything what Swamiji said. Anyway, he is sending notes. That is not the purpose. So listening should be, that's why Gurudev said there is a difference between hearing and listening. So with the ears you hear, with the mind you listen. Suno, right? Suno. You say, listen. That's what you tell your husband also. Listen. Especially when he is about to sleep. Poor thing, he have worked the whole day and then, are you listening to me? You keep talking. By the time you finish, he is fast asleep. So here, first one is Shravanam. But anything that we hear, we may not retain in our mind so easily because it is heard and not alertfully listened. So for that matter, you have to do Adhyayanam, repetition of that. Take your own notes and listen to, or take your own notes and go back to it. Adhyayanam, Adhyayanam. Then having done the Adhyayanam, then comes Anushtanam, following it up with action. Then only it is complete. So, Trinachiketaha. And now, these 3, Shravanam, Nididhyasana, Shravana, Adhyayana and Anushtana. Now, let us carefully look at this. Shravana, what are those? Shravanam, Adhyayanam and Anushtana. When is the first time you heard anything in your life? When is that you learned anything from your life? From the mother alone you learned the first thing. You come to know anything in this world, you might have seen a thing, but what it is told to you by your mother. Right? Who's the first teacher then? Matrudevo Bhava. So therefore here, immediately following that he says, Trinachiketaha Tribireva Sandhim. Trisandhi. Trisandhi means 3 sources of learning. What are the 3 sources of learning? First is from the mother, the basic language of speaking or knowing things. Like a mother tongue, that's what we call it as. Second is from Pita, how to use that. What you have learned, The discipline of learning continues with the Pita, mother. Mother, first teacher, second teacher is the father, then Acharya. So, Mata is a Pradama. Pradama Acharya is Mata. Upanayana Paryantam Pita. Samavartana Paryantam Acharya. Until you go to the teacher, like Upanayanam is to take the child to the teacher. Until that, Pita is the teacher. When the completion of the course is over, the learning is complete, until that point is Acharya. This is the three sources of learning. Three books of learning. Shankaracharya goes elaborate on this point. Three books of learning is, first one is Shruti. Meaning, the Vedas are considered as the Dharma Moolam. How do we know what is right thing to do? Dharma Moolam Shruti. But whether it is applied during the society properly, that is known through Smriti. Then when it is even though given to us how to apply that in our life, whether it is being practiced or not, that is to be known through Shrestha Purushaha. From the people who are following those disciplines even today. They are the three documents of evidences. Now, document of evidence, it reminds me something. One man, he was accused of killing, murdered. So therefore, he was claiming, of course, he was claiming innocence. And 3-4 days and 4 weeks of trial got over, and suddenly that almost when the judgment was about to be passed, the man came, the accused came, and defendant, he came and said, I have to admit that I am guilty. So the judge got very furious, Why didn't you tell in the first day itself? All these days wasted, and then now you are telling that you are guilty? Why? Because looking at the evidence and so much of the argument, I feel that I am guilty. So documents of evidence means what? To prove that it is practical. So Shruti, Smriti and Shishta Purusha. Shishta means disciplined. Shishta Purusha. These are the three documents or the evidences they have. Then one more thing which he says is, three methods of learning anything is Pratyaksha, Anumana, Agama. In today's world, what science takes this as evidence is Pratyaksha. Whatever is perceived, whatever is objectified alone is the correct thing. Whatever is not seen or not evidently perceived by us, it's not considered as a source of knowledge. But in our tradition, what it has is, first one is Pratyaksha Pramana, whatever is perceived by everyone, accepted. But there is another form of knowing is called Anumana, inferential knowing. It need not be a thing which you perceived, but you can go by the logic of cause and effect, which is also used by the science. But what cannot be understood through Pratyaksha, direct perception, what cannot be concluded by Anumana, inferential, should be finally understood through Agama. Agama means that which has been proved earlier, even though not presently provable. Agama Shastra. Especially in the Adhyatma Vidya, in the knowledge about the self, there cannot be Pratyaksha, because my self is not a Pratyaksha. It is not available for me to directly perceive, not it is inferential. It is to be understood as Shabda Pramana. So, Nachiketas Tribireva Sandhim Trikarma Krit. Trikarma Krit, three forms of ritualistic practices. One is called Yajna, Dhanam. Yajna and Dhanam, this is even Bhagavad Gita talks about that. And the last one is Yajna, Dhyanam and Adhyayanam. So it is a guru or any teacher must perform the rituals to demonstrate, teach the ritual through adhyayanam, and also the yajna should be complete only when it is followed by dhanam, charity. This is called trikarma krit. Such a person who has done all these things, tarati janma mrityu. He crosses over death and birth cycle, janma and mrityu. So rituals also have the ability to release one from this endless cycle of birth and death by taking that individual to Brahmaloka, which is found in the 8th chapter of Gita also. It is called Apunaravriti Marga, non-returnable. Non-returnable means not like Costco, no? Returnable, non-returnable, not like that. Non-returnable, a journey where there is no return to birth. So, tarati janma mrityu. And how? As I said before, not only rituals are done, but meditation on the Agni is also done. That's why he says, Brahma Jagnyam Deva Medyam Viditva Dhyatva. Having meditated upon Brahma Jagnyam, Brahmanaha Brahmanaha of the Brahman, Janitaha Brahmaja. Fire is considered as that which is born of Hiranyagarbha. Brahmaja. So Brahmajagnyam, the one who knows the Agni. Devam Idyam. Idyam means Adharaniyam, Pujaniyam, worshipful. Devam, the Lord, your Agnim, Viditva, Dhyatva, Nichaya, having very clearly established oneself, Nichaya Imam, Shantim, Atyantam Shantim eti. He obtains the ultimate peace, peace of the human world. From human world, the individual goes to the world of the Brahma and obtains the absolute peace there. Now, interesting here is why this Agni is so much worshipped in our tradition. It does two things basically for us. Dahakaha, prakashakaha, Agni. Agni does two things. One, it also heats up, which is necessary for our daily life. But at the same time, it does a prakasha also. In the form of a sun or in the night in the form of a light, it is doing the work of illuminating everything. That's why it is considered as the representative of the Lord himself. In all traditions, light is kept as representative of the Lord. So, Agnihi Dahakaha, Agnihi Prakashakaha, both. Now, in our personality also, it is considered eyes are presided over by Agni. Chakshoho Devata Agni. Surya, the deity that is presiding over our eyes is the sun. Every part of our body has got a presiding deity. When you do the puja, nyasam, when you do, you invoke the Lord at every part of the body. So, Chakshoho Devata, Chakshusha Devata is Surya, Agni. Vag Devata is also Surya or Agni. Fire is speech, I am telling you. The speech also is considered as the presiding habitat of Lord Agni. Why it is so? Now let me give you an example. So all of you are seeing me, I am seeing you. Why? There is light, right? So if there is a person who is blind and you want to show him a way, how will you show him a way? Speech. Is it not? Hey, don't go there, go to the right, go to the left. So how do you say that? So speech also is prakashaka. In fact, most of our knowledge is gained through listening from somebody speaking. So it opens up our way of understanding. So what I do not know, now I know. How? I got illumined by the words of somebody. I came to know about something I do not know. Just like the eyes can reveal you an object in front of you, similarly the words can reveal you what is unknown. So therefore, the presiding deity for both eyes as well as the speech is considered as Agni. And that's the reason why Agni Devata is most worshipped in our tradition there. So, continuing on this subject, he says, Trinachiketas swayamedat viditva ya evam vidvan chinute nachiketam samrityupashan purata pranodya shokadiko modade svargaloke. Yaha, he who, evam vidwan, he who knows it this way, what etat trinachiketaha viditva. Trinachiketaha, one who has trinachiketaha yaha, he who has performed these shravanam, adhyayanam, tata anushtanam krutva, trinachiketa, trayam, etat viditva, dhyatva, vidwan, chinute, he accomplishes nachiketam. He then becomes a master of this Nachiketa Agni. Now the new name is given. So Yama uses that word again and again, Nachiketa Agni, Nachiketa Agni. Not that Nachiketa will become very pleased with that. That's not the point. But now the new name has been given to this. Saha, such a person, Mrityupashat Pranodya Purataha, having thus in the beginning itself come out of the snares of death. Pasha means, actually it is a rope. Pasha. Pasha in Sanskrit means rope also. Pasha also means attachment. So don't we have in many languages so much of pasha? The English became passion. What you are attached become passion. So mrityu, passion, puradaha, pranodya, casting off, pranudya, having cast off in the beginning itself, before itself, mrityu pashan. What are the mrityu pashas? Three of them are there. Avidya, kama, tata, krodha. Actually, these three are the most dangerous ones which hold us back. First one is not aware of who one is. That itself is a great blinding, bondage. Then the expression of that is desire and anger. Desire and anger are not two things, they are two sides of the same coin. So, therefore, these three having overcome, mrityupashan puradaha pranotya, shoka adigaha, shokam adigachati, he has gone beyond the shoka, the sorrow, modade swargaloke, he becomes enjoyer of the swargaloka. So now, this looks interesting, all right, but Swamiji, nowadays, who does all these things? Who does all these rituals? We are neither ritual nor spiritual. That is only spirit. Ritual with spirit is called spiritual. Without the spirit is ritual. Without ritual, you are only spirit. So that's what we do. Diwali ke liye party de raha hu. Kya party? Spiritual party. Bhagavan, the goddess Lakshmi will not be happy with you being very spiritual like that. Even marriage is spiritual. This getting married, what is it got to do with drinking? We are drinking for their joy. He will be drinking after some time. You know that. One lady was driving a car, and so she was going, and suddenly found a young boy was standing on the road looking for a, what do you call that? Huh? Looking for a ride. So she stopped. You would like to get in? He said, yeah. So he got in, and they were driving. And that boy was very quiet. Young boy, teenagers, maybe 10, 15 years, 12 years, 13 years, quiet. So she tried to converse with him for some time. He didn't say a word. Finally, he saw a pack there next to her in the car. What is that? She said, a pack of chocolate for my husband. So the man said, yeah, good trade. Those who got it. So, some people didn't get it, say it doesn't matter. So, some jokes cannot be explained. So, after some time, anyway, the fellow will drink or she will drink. Why you want to drink for their joy? It's only an excuse. So here, we are not going to do these kind of rituals. Why do we need to learn this? This subject is taken elaborately by the Kathopanishad to show the starking difference between what is going to come later. These rituals, no doubt, give you whatever the enjoyment that you need at the worldly level or at the level of the mind. But that is not the subject matter of Upanishad, because to show these limitations of this. Sometimes when some advertisements also you will find, they won't show their product. They will show all other products and show, see all these things, they are also, now you look at our product. And this what he can do, none of these can do, right? Especially that washing thing only they do, right? They put all the powders and they won't put the name of the brand also. And then they said, now this you put, Tide. It is to show then what is going to come is far more than anything else. So here he says, Eshadegnirs Swargyo Yamavranita Dvitiyena Varena Etamagnim Tavaiva Pravakshanti Janasaha Tritiyam Varam Nachiketo Vrinishva. Nachiketaha Swargyaha. This Nachiketa Agni, which is meant for achieving Swarga, Te Yeshaha Agnihi Yamavranita. This particular ritual has been given to you as a boon from Yama, Dvitiyena Varena, as a second boon. Now, another definition or explanation of the word Nachiketa we should keep in mind. There are three words there. Na, Chi, Keta. Pay attention. Chi in Sanskrit means chayanam, to collect, to accumulate, to amass, to aggrandize. Keta means house, ownership. Na chi keta means he neither had an intention to accumulate anything nor own anything. That is Nachiketa. And that beauty of him will come later. This boy, even though he was given all the elaborate details about how this Swarga Agni is to be done and all sort of things, he was just listening to it, the whole thing. And he verbatim repeated exactly what he has heard. And obviously, Yama was very happy about it. Therefore, he completed the second boon. Etam agnim tava eva pravakshanti janasaha. Tava eva, it is yours. As he is repeating that point, now onwards it will be known as Nachiketasya Agni. Nachiketa Agni. Tava eva evam agnim pravakshanti. They will speak. Who? Janasaha. Jana means janasaha means janaha. People will speak of this as Nachiketa Agni here onwards. Therefore, He Nachiketa, Tritiyam Varam Nachiketa Vrinishva. Now ask for the third boon. Tritiyam varam vranishva. Now ask for the third boon. So Nachiketa gets ready now. This is where the actual subject matter starts. Now, now onwards, the subject matter going to be a little more abstract. Swami, already abstract now, please now. We have to understand what the question and what then the answer is good. We don't understand the question, the answer will become irrelevant to us. One boy came with a very low grade, so his father asked, how is that you are getting so low grade? Simple. The question they ask, I don't know. The answer I read, they don't know. This is a fact of the thing, what can I do? So let us understand the question correctly first. So he's going to ask the third boon. What is that? Yeyam prete vichikitsa manushye asti teke nayam asti iti chaike etad vidyam anushishtastvayaham varanameshah varastritiyah. Let us understand what he is asking now. Ye ayam, ya iyam, sorry. Ya means that which is feminine gender. Vichikitsa. Vichikitsa means, literal meaning is doubt. Vichikitsa. Iyam vichikitsa, ya, that very doubt which is about what? Prete manushye. On the death of an individual, asti iti cha eke, na ayam asti iti cha eke. Some people say, beyond death there is something, beyond death there is nothing. This doubt is there. What is the doubt? When I am not sure which is correct, that's where the doubt is. See, there is another word in Sanskrit for doubt is samshaya. The very word samshaya means, you know what? Sleeping down, shayanam. Meaning, if you have a doubt and you never clarify that doubt to find out which is the right answer, then you are sleeping on the doubt only. Correct? That's why some people say, I have a doubt, nobody has answered. Now you tell me. How is it? I tried many people. What is it? Which came first? Egg or the chicken? I said, do you want to really know? Yes, I have an answer for you. What is it? Whichever you order first. So, but that is not an answer. Samshaya. So if you say, I have a doubt and I never want to clarify that, I keep asking that question. See, answer is not going to be given by anybody to you. They will only give reply. Answer you have to find out. They only give a reply to your question. Prashna prativachana. Prashna is question. Prativachanam is a reply. But in that prativachana, whether it is uttaram or not uttara, that you have to find out. So here he is asking a question. What is it? Yeyam prete vichikitsa manushye asti iti cha eke na ayam asti iti cha eke. In the departure of a being, there is a doubt whether there is anything beyond or not. Etat vidyam, this knowledge, tvaya aham anushishtaha. Tvaya, by you, aham, I, anushishtaha, being instructed, is yeshaha tritiya varaha Varanam Tritiya Varaha. This is the third of the boons which I want to ask you. This is where the subject is going to be interesting. Now, until this point, the subject matter has been karma. First one, he asked about the father's welfare, that is okay. Now he asked about the Nachiketa Agni, about that fire that leads one to the heaven, that is answered. Now the subject matter is not about any karma, it is about vidya. The word vidya came just now here. Vidyam, etat vidyam, this knowledge which I want now. Now, let me put this one thing clear to us. What do you call it as asti, na asti? Asti means is. Na asti means not is. Now, what do you say as is and what do you say it is not? Now for example, this table, it is or it is not? It is. Thanks. Let us say after some time I remove it and put it there somewhere, then you come, then I ask, is the table is there or not? Na asti. Now, with my eyes, I can come to see a thing, its presence, and also see its absence, correct? In the same way, with my ears, I can hear a sound or I don't hear a sound. So also all the faculties are used for the sake of knowing something, its presence as well as the absence. Now, in this very simple transaction of seeing an object, let us look at it a little carefully. If I am seeing an object, there are three things happening here at the same time. Number one is the object is present. Adi bhautika vastu asti. A thing of the worldly thing, object is present. The sunlight, forget about this light, if there is a sunlight which is illuminating it, is Adi Daivika Shakti. My eyes is Adhyatmika Shakti. Correct? Adhyatmik means belong to me. Adi Bhautik means belong to the world. Adi Devik means neither me nor the world, it is of the divine origin. So in any transaction, these three have to be present. And therefore, my Adhyatmika Jnanam here means knowing about something through my eyes takes place only with respect to the blessings of Adi Daivikam and Adi Bhautikam. So Adi Bhautika Vastu is known only with the help of Adhyatmika and Adi Daivikam. Three are present all the time. So if I am looking at you as an object or a person, I know with the help of the light, probably here it is a physical light, but would say that it is even this light is coming from Adi Daivikam only, because when we say what is called hydro power, that means water has created this light, this power. So then if nuclear, that is also definitely, it is not human made. Now, if you understand an object can be known with the help of these three powers working together, number one, also the object can be known to exist and I also can experience its absence, correct? Because it is an object of my thought. Now tell me, your presence, do you know or not? Okay, you know. Do you know your absence? Can it be ever that you will know your absence? It can be post. When I slept yesterday night and woke up, I was not there. Or somebody would say that when I am subject to death, after my death, I will not be there. This I was not there before my birth, I will not be there after my birth. Both are not your present experience. It's only speculations. You did not know that you were not. And you are not sure that you will not be. Were you to say that before I was born, I was not, how do you know? Maybe you don't recall. After death, I will not be. How do you know? Again, it's a speculation. It's only an imagination. It can be your mind, its own thinking. Therefore, with respect to one's own existence, you have no doubt. Now, the very question itself is kind of confusing. What is the question asked? After death, there is existence or not? Now, this question itself puts Yama into thinking, what is this fellow up to? If this knowledge about existence of the self and non-existence of the self with respect to asking in the form of as an objective experience is completely wrong. Because through the thought I can only experience that is other than me. An object of my awareness is what is called a subject of a thought. If I am looking at you, I have a thought about you. Therefore, I, the one who is the knower of you, is object. You are the object, I am the subject. Understandable. When you are not there, that object is absent. The subject remains. But have you ever experienced a thought of your own absence? A thought cannot engage where there is no subject and no object. Even if the object is not there, subject can be there. Subject is not there, there cannot be a thought. So therefore, self is not, Atma is not a thought, it is awareness. In Sanskrit, a thought is known as vritti. So it is said, Atma is not vritti vishaya, it is vritti ashraya. It is not an object of thought, it is the support of the thought. When I am carrying a cup, let us say, if I am carrying a cup, you can see that my hand is carrying this plate. You see the plate as well as that hand that is carrying the plate. When I remove this, that ashraya didn't disappear. The support did not disappear. I was giving on the other day, the example is that when I am sitting there, the table you see, therefore, the table is supported by the stage. This podium you do not see, but still that stage is there. Stage is not there, the floor is there. Floor is not there, you are there. To know all other absence. Therefore, the Atma is ashraya. But therefore, the question raised by Nachiketa here, does it exist or does not exist, is not a question in the form of, I am doubtful about the existence, but I want to know how to know it. That's why it's called Vidya. This doubt leads me to find out how to know it. How to know the self without a thought. Boy is only 12 years old now. Balaka, we saw the Kumara. He is not a Yuva, Kumara. Kumara means he is already going to school. He is not a Balaka, he is not a Shishu. We have Shishu Viha also. Shishu is just a toddler. Balaka is a learner. Kumara is going to school. Yuva is, he thinks he already finished school. He's only cool. No school, cool. This boy is still a school going as though. And this fellow is asking what? There is a doubt about it is there or it is not there, but what I am seeking is how to know it. Etat vidyam anushishtatvaya aham. Varanameshaha, varastridhiyaha. This is the third bone which I want to ask. So, Yama looks at him. See, sometimes some people may ask question, actually they don't even know about the question. Or the question that they ask is so useless. If somebody asks how many teeth is there, how much teeth is there in a kaka, in a crow, Does the crow has a teeth? How many of you have checked? Open the mouth, check. The thing is called anartha vichar. Absolutely useless exploration, that is called. What are you going to do with that? Are you a dentist? You want to find whether recommend a letter for that. I am a dentist. If you have a problem, we come to me. Anartha vichar. So does he know what he's asking about? Because the knowledge must be useful to him. Otherwise, what is the point I'm going to explain to him? So therefore, first of all, does he know what he is asking? Second, what relevance it is got for him? So therefore, just to discourage him on this point, he says, Devairatra vivijikitsitam pura nahi suvigneyamanuresa dharmaha anyam varam nachiketo vrunishva Mamo parotsi ratima srujainam. Atra asmin jnane. In this knowledge, devaihi api, among the gods also, by the gods also, pura vijikitsitam. It has been analyzed. See, chikitsa in Sanskrit means doubt, as I said. It also means analyzing or inquiry. That's why it's called in the medical language, a person who is undergoing any treatment is a chikitsa, chikitsalaya, diagnosis, prognosis, what you call it as. Inquiring into what is the cause, what is the effect, why it is happening. So they have thought about it long time back. Devaihi api pura vijikitsitam. And finally, what is the conclusion in this? Na suvigneyam. Not easily understandable. Suvigneyam. Na suvigneyam. It is not easy to understand. And why it is so? Anuhu esha dharma. Its nature is so subtle. Extremely subtle. Dharma means here, it is of the nature of extreme subtlety. Again, why it is extreme subtle? As I said, if it is an object of my thought, I can know and I can explain it to be this and this. But it is a subject. It is not even known through any particular equipment. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, forget about it. Adi Devata cannot do anything about it. Adi Bhaudikam cannot do anything about it. Adhyatma, Indriya Vastus, Indriyas also can't do anything about it. Yat chakshusha napashyati ena chakshumshi pashyati tadeva brahmatvam vitti nedamititam upasate. By which you can see, but that you cannot see. That is the nature of this. Ena chakshumshi pashyati, by which eyes can see, but chakshusha na pashyati, by eyes you cannot see. But at the same time, not that it doesn't exist. To say, can you ever say, I don't exist? You may, out of anger, you may say that. As far as you are concerned, I don't exist. I am so angry, as far as I'm dead. You may say all those things, but you can never say, I don't exist. Because the I can never not exist. It is not possible for it to not exist. In this form, it may not exist probably. See, it is like a person, it is said, he was lying and sleeping. And next morning, his friend came and woke him up, and he said, got up and he looked around and he said, I am not the same person who went to sleep yesterday. So what are you talking? Why? Because yesterday, I was sleeping here, he was sleeping in a veranda of a house or outside the house, and he was wearing a black slipper, new slippers. And morning, by the time he got in the morning, somebody took away that slipper and went away. So he said, the one who was wearing yesterday the black slipper is not the same person who is woken up there. Therefore, I'm not the same person. Can you tell me can you tell like this? Huh? Because what you are wearing yesterday is no more today, therefore you are a different person. Think about that, what you are wearing as a black slipper, instead of think about the black slipper is replaced by your body. Huh? The body that was there before, in the previous birth, is not the same one now. Therefore, I don't exist. Can you say that? That body was like a black slipper was there yesterday, and today when you woke up, that black slipper is gone. That doesn't mean you don't exist. Therefore, you do not experience the death as such as we fear right now. It is as good as it is and it is not. And you see both. Presently you see its existence, afterwards you don't see its existence. But you will be there to see both. But since nobody came back and told us, we have a doubt. Therefore, anuresha dharma, it is so subtle. Esha suvijnayam, na suvijnayam, it is not easy to understand. Therefore, Nachiketa, you do one thing, what? Anyam varam vranishva. Please ask something else. This is not okay. And maam uparotsihi. Very interesting word. Ma does not mean mom, somebody. Ma, somebody used a mother name. Ma means not, one meaning. Ma also means mom, me. Like asato. How do you say that verse? Asato. If you take ma as not, what will it mean? From the untruth, never take me to truth. Tamasoma, never take me from the darkness to light. Mrityoho, ma, never take me from mortality to immortality. There, ma means mom. Similarly, twa also twam. We were chanting in the 18th chapter on the other day. I had a doubt because we do not even pay attention to it. In the last part of Bhagavad Gita, what he says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tva sarvapapebhyaha moksheshwami. That is tvam. Similarly here, mam, one meaning is me, ma uparotsihi. Do not hold me back. Uparodhanam means to hold me back. Uparotsihi, don't hold me back with your question. Mam sruja enam, please release me from this. Meaning, by asking this question, don't hold me back. Please release me from the commitment to answer you this question. Do you think Nachiketa will leave that easily? Because he says, about this question, I cannot ask anybody else. Because you are the only person who knows what happens after death. I cannot ask some stranger on the road. He may say so many things, but it has no meaning. That's why whenever we ask question answer session, we always tell them, ask a question, put your name also. Because I want to know who is asking this question. One person, when he was giving question answer like that, he got the paper which had only one sentence, fool. So this person looked at it. See, I have been getting questions and signed by people, but here only signature is there. Question is not there. So here he says, I have to ask Yama this question because Yama is the only person who can tell me, because he is the one who is karma phala data. He is the one who is in our when you chant on Ganesha Stuti also, Nitanta Kanta Manta Kanta Manta Kanta Katmajam. He is the one who is the son of the one who brings the end of everyone. Son of Shiva. Shiva is the end of Yama, one who brings end of everything else. Antakanta Kanta Katmajam. So anyway, it doesn't matter. So he brings the end of everything because the karma ends with Yama. So Yama is the one who knows what happens to every jiva who ends their life. Their karma is over. He is the one who's looking at it. He is the one who's a passport. He's the immigration officer there. Chalo, aisa jana hai isko. He's the one who's redirecting people. So Nachiketa very clearly knows. I have to ask you only. Devairatra vivijikitsitam kila Tvam chamrudyo yanna subhigneyamata Vakta chasya twadruganyo nalabhyo Nanyo varastulya etasya kaschit. You yourself admitted, devaihi api, even by the gods, atra, in this knowledge, kila vijikitsitam, indeed they have doubt about this or they deliberated upon this. You yourself, mrityo, tvam cha svivigneyam iti atta. Atta, you spoke saying that this is most difficult. The moment you say most difficult, I want to know it more. It's like your child, don't go there. Why not? I'm telling you don't go there. Then definitely will go there. The more you say don't, he will try to find out what it is. So if you want your children to do your homework, don't do the homework. I'm telling you. That's the best. But they will take it as, yes, I will not do it. One was lying on the bed and after this little coma, he got up. So the doctor said, I have a good news and I have a bad news. Tell me. You are so badly affected, you cannot work anymore. Tell me about the bad news then. Anyway, so Tvam cha mrityo yatra yat na subhigneyam iti atta. Na subhigneyam. You yourself said it is not easy to know. Asya dharmasya vakta, the speaker, the teacher, twadrik anyaha, like you, another na labhya. No one like you as a teacher will be available to me to talk about this. So therefore, na anyaha varaha etasya tulyaha. Etasya tulyaha, equal to this, na anya varaha. There is no other boon. Kaschit na anyaha varaha. No, there is no other boon closer to this. So you have to give me an answer to this. So Yama thought, okay, if I go on saying I won't give you, it's not going to stop it. Let me try to dissuade him by giving him some temptations. By giving some temptations, probably he will say, okay, I will take this instead of that, it's fine. But Nachiketa is not a person who will easily go for that. We'll see that tomorrow. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.